Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain Beast Mysteries. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update video on the upcoming expedition for the Bigfoot Quest for the Wildman documentary series. Lately I've just been planning that trip and getting all my equipment together and kind of, I guess, finalizing my plan as to how that whole trip is going to go down. And it's turned out to be quite a bit more work than I anticipated. And believe it or not, the hardest thing has been like food planning and meal planning. How I'm gonna carry enough food to sustain me throughout that time. So that's been the biggest challenge so far. And like as of late, I've just been kind of getting myself into shape for the trip, like doing lots of hiking in other places. Hikes that aren't as substantial, but that are a workout nonetheless, and doing lots of runs and walking every day and just trying to get myself, I guess, in peak shape, because I'm going to be out there alone and I want to be able to rely on myself and my physical capabilities and all my other skills. So I feel like that kind of stuff is important. If you're going to be recreating in the backcountry, you want to be in decent shape, especially if you're in like very challenging mountainous terrain. We're shooting for the end of the month, like the last half of September, to be out in the bush filming this thing. And as we get closer to that time, I'm getting a little bit more nervous. I have a feeling I might find something significant, and I really hope I do. I've been thinking to myself a lot lately, if Bigfoot is not in this area, then I don't know where it is. And I don't know what my next plan is going to be. Because for years now, I've been wanting to go to this location, and I've wanted to stay out there for an extended period of time, because I feel like if Sasquatch is going to be anywhere in this province, in Alberta, that's where it's going to be. That's where all my leads have taken me. All the information I've got from people like Ken Walker, the taxidermist, one of the most knowledgeable people I've ever met on the Sasquatch topic. All of his information points to that location, that specific area. And so do a lot of other eyewitness accounts. People have actually seen Sasquatch creatures in that specific spot, which is crazy. And Sasquatch creatures of all kinds too, not like young ones, female ones, like large males. They've seen everything in that area. That area is very close to where the tree structure site is, the Alberta habituation site that has been made pretty famous over the years. I haven't been out to the tree structure location at all this year. It's been a while since I've been there, and apparently a lot of the structures have come down. The main structure that you see on like Survivorman Bigfoot, last I heard, it has come down as well. And in my older videos, you also see the structure with the horizontal log. It's kind of like floating there. That structure came down, and I documented that, but apparently now there's not much left out there. And a lot of people have been going out to that location. It gets more and more popular, and people end up finding the spot. It isn't that hard to find. So it is unfortunate. According to Ken, though, like, he thinks the Sasquatch rally at that location right before the winter, and then once they're all there, they head off into the mountains, specifically to where I want to go, where apparently is this rumored cave, this substantial cave system that is apparently there and is full of bones and animal remains of, all sorts. So I would desperately like to find that cave, and I would hope that there could be, bone evidence or fossil evidence of a Sasquatch. That would be ideal. But yeah, we're shooting for September, the last half of September, kind of going into early October, to get this thing done. And I have most of the equipment I've been trying to get. People have been very helpful with the GoFundMe campaign. I've had a lot of dedicated people who are really into like supporting this project and making it happen, and want to see, Bigfoot actually discovered for real, proven to exist. So thank you to all those people who have donated on the GoFundMe, and like, you can still go on there if you're still looking to support the project past like its funding goal, and people have already donated past its goal, and thank you very much to those of you who have. You can still go on there. You can still go, and if you want to make a last minute donation to help get some last minute supplies, you know, it's greatly appreciated. Other ways you can kind of support the channel and that expedition is to sign up for the Audible free trial. We get kickback from that. So you can sign up for the 30-day free Audible trial. You get a free audiobook. You get access to monthly Audible original audiobooks and podcasts. And you cancel before the 30 days and you still get your free audiobook. So that helps quite a bit. And plus you get some pretty sick audiobooks on there. You can get anything related to Bigfoot, anything related to like UFOs and ghosts and any mystery topic. And that's the stuff we like. But the one I'm listening to right now, it's a science fiction novel that I've been wanting to read for a long time but haven't been able to find a copy. It's called Tiger by Alfred Bester. It's written back in the 50s. It also goes under the title The Stars My Destination. But that's what I'm listening to right now on Audible. They got some great stuff. You can find anything. So I highly recommend checking them out, and you know, it really helps to support Mountain Beast Mysteries. And I have Bigfoot Beast of the North, a new documentary project coming out really soon. It's going to be out before I go on this expedition, so keep an eye out for that. That one features Ken Walker, and I don't know, I was out at his place with Keenan and Raymond from the Alberta Sasquatch organization, and we had a very, very good chat. And I kind of just filmed the whole conversation without really even planning to do that. The conversation kind of just unfolded, and lots of interesting stories were told. Lots of thoughts were shared, and it kind of just turned out really good on camera. So I'm kind of excited about that and excited to share that full discussion with you guys. But yeah, it has been getting hard to like stay motivated with the channel as far as like providing weekly content. I'm really sick and tired of just doing like random videos about whatever story or tale that happened in the past, you know, like talking about things that have been talked about 1,000 times before. I'm not really interested in doing that anymore, so I think from now on focusing on, you know, just expeditions and filming them and showing that to you guys. I think that's what the channel primarily will be from here on out. And also I'm going to be working on some other short film projects, actual like dramatic films. And there's a couple of them that I want to do that are Bigfoot related. Like I would like to do a short film about Bigfoot, kind of like, I wouldn't say like a horror Bigfoot film, because those don't usually turn out very well. A lot of them are very poorly done. But I think more of like a dramatic thriller, something with actual like likable characters in it, you know, people that you can relate to. Not just like a cheap slasher kind of horror Bigfoot movie, which the market is saturated with. But I would like to do that like in a short film version and in like a feature film version. But we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a very interesting winter, very interesting spring. I do want to go really hard into the winter camping this year. I want to get a good pair of snowshoes and do some like week-long winter expeditions. I think that'd be really fun. I guess depending on how this quest for the Wildman expedition goes, like that'll kind of determine my plan for the future, I guess. You know, if I do find something crazy in this valley, then I'm gonna want to stick to that location. Or if I end up filming Bigfoot, it might be over, you know? If I actually get the creature on camera, get a good enough clip with sound, a long enough clip that's clear, that might be it for me. Who knows? I don't know how long I'd want to keep going with it. If I filmed a very clear piece of Bigfoot footage, I don't know. I don't know how I'll be able to handle putting it out for people to see and then taking all the criticism on it. So that's the question I've always asked myself, is how would I go about doing that? And it could happen, because people have seen it there, and I'm going to be there for a long time. and I'm gonna be there at the beginning of that time where we suspect there's kind of a transition where these creatures are moving from one location to another location for the winter. It seems to be in the fall. Fall and spring is when we get spikes in reports. But that being said, in the fall and the spring, lots of people are going out into the wilderness. In the fall, you got all the hunters going out, and then in the spring, you got people getting excited for hiking, and the snow is melting, and more people are going out. So, I don't know. We're hopefully going to find something, and if we don't see Sasquatch or get anything on film, it'll be still quite the adventure. I'm here right now at my parents' acreage near Pigeon Lake, Alberta. And as you can see, it's just like beautiful farmland, pastures. But there has been reports lately of cougars in this area. And years back, me and my mom actually seen one cross the gravel road to our place at night in the winter. It ran across the road and leaped onto a snowbank and took off. Huge cat. So they are out here. So I have my little shotgun just in case, you know, I come across some sort of danger. And believe it or not, there's lots of wild boars in these parts as well. They are hard to find. They like to hide in like the black spruce stands, just the darkest, ugliest forests you can find. That's where the boars like to hide. But I have also seen those around here, and they can be pretty vicious. So anyways, apologies for not being consistent in uploads. I mean, real life gets in the way. I get bogged down in other stuff, other real work related stuff. Like I do video production for a job as well, so that usually has to come first before like the Bigfoot stuff, unfortunately. So it's kind of hard sometimes going from like doing video stuff during the day as a job, and then, you know, going from that in the same day to going home and doing more like video work on a topic that has been exhausted to the extremes. Like, the only way to provide fresh Bigfoot content is to go out on trips and go out on adventures. Everything's been talked about, I think, in my opinion, unless it's like people's stories and people's experiences that they want to share. But like, we can talk about the Albert Osman encounter so many times, or the Ape Canyon incident so many times, and speculate about all this stuff. It hasn't gotten us anywhere. So we actually have to be out looking. And I don't know, I think that's the only way to really stay motivated and passionate about the subject, for me anyways. Like, just talking about it nonstop and talking about the same stories and just like taking criticism from people on my opinions and thoughts, it just gets so tiring and exhausting. But the only way I can get myself excited to keep pursuing this subject is to go out into the wilderness on actual expeditions to try and find either evidence of Sasquatch or to find the Sasquatch itself. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm also thinking of starting a new channel. It's not going to be about Bigfoot, rather it's going to be about dinosaurs. Alberta is a very dinosaur-rich province. We have lots of locations throughout this province where some very substantial and like top-tier fossils and skeletons have been found. I used to work at the Royal Tyrrell Museum in Drumheller. That's like one of the top paleontology museums in the world. So I am like quite knowledgeable on that subject. I know lots of the paleontologists in that town, and I was actually just there like a month ago exploring the Badlands and looking for fossils, and we found quite a few, which is really cool. I know where a lot of the good fossil beds are there. But I'm going to be doing a channel, I think, on dinosaurs and actually going out into the field and, you know, kind of providing educational material on that subject, on the different species of dinosaurs. And like, I find that topic super interesting. That's something I can actually go out into the field and I can show you guys something, like some physical evidence of a crazy beast that did used to exist, that we know for a fact existed. You know, I can pick up a bone and I can hold it in my hands and I can show you guys that. It's different than the Sasquatch topic in that respect. But I mean, can you believe that those things actually existed at one point? Like, Sasquatch would be very impressive. Like a bipedal humanoid 9 feet tall. Like, that's very impressive. But think of a T-Rex, okay? Like, a T-Rex, I can't believe that thing existed. And there were dinosaurs that were significantly more terrifying than that as well. But anyways, that's my future plan. I'm getting into dinosaurs again. I used to be obsessed with them as a little kid, to the point where eventually I ended up working at my dream location, the Tyrrell Museum. I'll keep you guys posted, but we're still going to be doing the Bigfoot stuff, still going to be going on trips, trying to have an experience and get a visual sighting. I think the scariest thing that's happened up until this point was when I was investigating that guy's property just outside of Edmonton in the winter. It's in Supernatural Sasquatch Part 1, where there were tracks all over his yard, and then we had what I made out to be a bipedal creature charging towards us through the bushes in the darkness, and then, you know, potentially mimicking a horse. I don't know, that was the scariest thing that's ever happened, and that's the most intense feeling of fear I've ever felt. Because I thought at that moment in time I was going to actually see it, and it wasn't going to end very well. So I don't know if I would like to have an experience like that again, especially if it happens in, like, super deep into the wilderness. Like, I'm going to be 20-25 kilometers into the bush on this expedition. If I had something like that happen and I'm by myself, I don't know how I would handle it. But anyways, yeah, most of the gear has been acquired, most of the plan is in place, and it's just a matter now of tying up some loose ends and eventually getting out there and doing this thing and finally finishing it, because I've been talking about it for so long. But yeah, the GoFundMe, if you want to make a last minute donation to help get a little bit more gear and equipment. I was trying to get a Psionics Aurora, like full color night vision, but it's kind of out of the budget, so I think now I'm going to go with the Bushnell Equinox. It's about half the price. I would like to have some sort of night vision monocular with like video recording capabilities, because Ken told me that he was talking to Adrian Erickson, and he said, like, all you need to do if you're in those locations is have really good night vision and you'll see them. They'll come to you at night. So if that's true, I don't know. I feel like if that was 100% true, we would have a lot more video evidence of Sasquatch. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thanks for listening to me. We'll see you next time on Mountain Beast Mysteries.